Guys, I just want to congratulate you on making it this far within the course, right? We've covered a lot of things as far as creating your Google Ads account, even dove into some higher level principles within display and YouTube and setting up shopping and really how to optimize that to the best of our ability, right? So next thing I'm going to cover is actually called Beyond Analytics and Beyond. So they converted on your website, right? Great. Well, how did they do that? Can we repeat it? What's the customer flow? Right? How do we improve their experience? I've talked continually about Google and the quality of their experience and how they reward that, right? So what are the tools that we really need to improve that experience, improve your site, improve the performance? Well, bottom line is that's where analytics comes into place, right? Analytics is an incredibly powerful tool that gives you all the information that happens after they click, right? So it's all the information about what is happening on your site. What pages are they delivering on? What pages are the highest converting? Which pages are they bouncing away at? Which is ultimately like which pages do they not like? What kind of content do they not like? Which one does appeal? That's what I'm going to teach you in this next section. Okay, the screen recordings that are attached in here are going to teach you how to set up the Google Analytics account. They're going to teach you how to actually set up goals so you can track different performance. And by I say setting up goals, we talked about earlier in previous sections where there's conversion tracking, there's call tracking, and these are all site very, very specific actions that happen on the site. But what happens if they get to the home page and they bounce off? How long did they spend on a particular page? What pages did they like? What content did they like? Where in that customer flow, whenever they interacted your site, did they bounce off? Well, that kind of information is what Google Analytics is going to provide for you. So this higher level information, what it's going to do is it's going to allow you to repeat the customer flow that's working. It's going to allow you to optimize that customer flow. It's also going to allow you to optimize your site and test content in order to make sure that you give them the optimal experience that you're trying to. And again, it all goes back to Google Quality Score. Google rewards a good customer experience. So that includes sites that load fast. It includes sites that they actually visit more than 1 or 2 pages, right? If they just land on your page and they bounce off real quickly, Google hates that because what do they interpret that as? Is that you provided a poor experience. And that's not what we're doing, right? So that's why I'm really going and deep diving into this tool, really to help you understand what the beneficial information is on it, but also be able to segment down the reports because there's 100 different reports in Google Analytics. And not only that, there's 100 different ways those reports can be reviewed. And the Google Analytics test is actually far bigger than the Google AdWords certification test, okay? So by that, and the only reason why I say that is because Google Analytics, some people feel that it's just kind of a complementary tool. Google Analytics is an entire platform in of itself, okay? It's going to allow you to do so much as far as improving the customer experience, understanding that flow, but then we can also upload nice lists to it. We can do a lot of advanced actually features to help remarket and optimize the flow of the customer. And again, optimizing through Google Analytics is a much more consensus and precise nature because you're actually viewing what happened on the site, not a click, whether or not they clicked on it, you showed them the ad. It's not based on click-through rate, it's not based on conversion data, it's based on real-world application within the customer experience and how they interact with each page of your site. And again, like I said, where did they bounce off? How long did they stay on a particular page? Where did they fall off? If you're trying to schedule webinars or schedule phone calls, right, that may not be a sale, which that's what Google AdWords is tracking, right? It's only tracking the sale. But if they're always falling off at the scheduling the call page, that would be some very, very valuable information for you as the advertiser to know so we can improve that experience and hopefully increase some more engagement. And then again, it goes back to also remarketing. It's a higher level remarketing than just what is able to be done within Google Ads. We're able to remarket people that actually fell off at certain attractions or certain points within the website in a much more efficient and again speak much more directly to that messaging about, hey, I know you were looking to schedule an appointment but you might have had some hesitation. Hey, I'm available at this particular time. Visit my Calendly to go ahead and schedule an appointment real time and coordinate it with your calendar. That's just one isolated scenario, right? But there's many more, and I'm going to teach you also in these screen recordings how to set up goals and really help get granular with understanding the site flow and your customer interaction with your site. And then based off of those goals, we're also going to go into how to actually remarket those and put the proper messaging back in front of that client. So again, I want you to stay with me, and I want you to go through these basically the screen recordings that I'm going to present, because at the end of the day, like, understanding what happens after that click is just as important as delivering the proper click. Because again, what happens on your site and where the customer falls off is not something you're going to find in Google Ads, right? It's existential information that is only housed in Google Analytics. But again, if you're not provided the right template and the right pathway, you could honestly look at the exact same information about 5 different ways and probably confuse the hell out of yourself. So that's why in these screen recordings, I'm going to show you the proper reports to look at, the proper way to optimize this, and then again, we're even going to teach you how to set up remarketing so you can do it at a much more granular level so that your experience is improved. And we've talked about this multiple times, right? What happens if you improve the experience? Well, Google's going to reward you, but it's also going to result in higher conversion rates and lower costs, which means more money back in your pocket. So it's not just about improving your ads within Google Ads and that whole experience. Let's take it a step farther, and we're going to walk through the tool that's going to allow you to improve your website and make sure the entire experience is one holistic, pleasant nature.